what is God like? When we look at Jesus, we see that there is no difference at all. When we ask, what is God like? We look at God and we look at Jesus, there is no difference at all. Okay, so let me show you these. Do any of you collect these? These are football stickers. I'm going to show you the first one in my pack. He's a Liverpool player. Now, these football stickers are brilliant, okay? Because if you've got a player in there and you don't know who they are, you can still learn what they're like. So let's have a look at this player here. I can see with his scores that he's got 62 for defence. He's got 90 for attack, so he's better at attacking than defending. He's got 88 for control, okay? So I can learn what this player is like by looking at this sticker. Maybe you don't collect those, but perhaps you have played top trumps. We love top trumps in this house. This is a Roald Dahl top trumps, okay? If you've never heard of top trumps, you might think this is a bit of a rude game. Not at all. It's a great card game, okay? Because what you do, each of these cards has a character. Let's say I've got James Henry Trotter here. And on this card, I can learn what James Henry Trotter is like by looking at what his scores are here. So out of 100, James Henry Trotter, James from James and the Giant Peach, scores 95 out of 100 for kindness. So I can see, from looking at this card, James Henry Trotter must be kind, right? What about another one? Who have I got here? Right, I've got Mr. Fox from Fantastic Mr. Fox, okay? And I can see, can you see there's a 100 on there? I can see Fantastic Mr. Fox scores 100 out of 100 for cunning. So that means he's a little bit sneaky, he's quite clever, and he knows how to get things done. So I know Mr. Fox is cunning. So if I want to win the game, Top Trumps, it's really important that I remember what each of these characters are like. It's important that I remember that Mr. Fox is cunning and that James Henry Trotter is kind if I want to win the game. And it's important with people. If we want to know what people are like, that's important. We need to know, are they kind or are they mean? Are they funny or are they serious? Are they good at sport or are they good at art? That's important to know what people are like. But knowing what God is like is the most important thing. We're made by God and we're made to know God and to love God. But how can we do that without knowing what he's like? Where do we start to know what God is like? Well, the Bible is the best place to start to answer this question. The Bible is God's book. It's all about him, who he is, what he's done, and what he's like. Let's have a look on the screen. Listen and read along with me, if you can, to what the Bible says as we try to understand what God is like. In the past, God spoke to our ancestors, as the people who lived before us, through the prophets. The prophets are God's special messengers. He spoke to them many times and in many different ways. Now, this is talking about the Old Testament, all that was written before Jesus was born. And it tells us that God spoke. He spoke through the prophets, his special messengers, people, and he did it many times and in many different ways. I reckon you've heard of some of these prophets. Let's have a look on the screen. First one, Moses. He was a prophet. God told him the 10 Commandments so that he could go and tell the people how to live with God as their king. Isaiah, next picture, was a prophet. He told God's people that somebody would come to rescue them by dying for them. He was talking about Jesus. Another prophet, Jonah, he was a prophet. God told him to go and deliver a message to some people, but he ran away. And you know what happened? He was swallowed up by a whale. And he was spat out, and he did go and deliver the message. Jonah was a prophet. But God didn't just speak through people, he also spoke through things. He spoke through a burning bush, and get this, he spoke through a talking donkey. Okay, so God used a talking donkey. Before Shrek did, God spoke to people through a talking donkey. So God, for all time, has been telling us what he is like through his messengers, the prophets. But let's read on, because the Bible tells us of an even better way that God tells us what he's like. Read with me. And now, in these last days, God has spoken to us through his Son, through Jesus. God has chosen his Son to own all things, and he made the world through his Son. The Son reflects the glory of God. He's an exact copy of God's nature, what God is like. He holds everything together with his powerful word. Now, to try and understand this, I need you to be able to see your own picture on the screen, okay? It doesn't matter how small it is, how big it is, but I need you to be able to see your own picture on the screen, okay? If you can't see it on the screen, get a phone, get the photo open, but you need to be able to see your face on the screen, all right? Now, I want you to get close to the screen so you can see your face. And I want you to tell me what your face is doing on the screen. So if you smile, what's happening on the screen? What do you see on the screen? If you frown, what do you see on the screen? What's your face doing on the screen? If you wave, what's happening on the screen? I'll tell you what's happening. You are seeing the exact copy of your face, or what you're doing on the screen, aren't you? We've just read that when we look at Jesus, we see an exact copy of what God is like. Just when you were looking on the screen and see an exact copy of your face, smiling or frowning or waving. When we look at Jesus, the Bible has told us we see an exact copy of God. He's an exact copy of God's nature. So when Jesus did something, it shows us what God is like. When Jesus said something, it shows us what God is like. So the answer to our question, what is God like? We can only start to answer it by looking at the Bible, God's word, and looking at Jesus, who he was, what he did, how he came to the earth to save us, to die for us because he loves us. When we look at that, we see what God is like. So for the next few weeks, we're going to look all over the Bible, and we're going to look at Jesus, and we're going to learn 5 important things which help us to learn what God is like. We're going to see that God is holy. We're going to see that God is everywhere forever. We're going to see that God is good, that he's in control, and that God is love. 5 things. What is God like? Big question. And we learn what he's like by looking at Jesus, who's the exact copy of what God is like. Really, really excited. We're going to sing